Well, if you're just joining us, it's a little early. I got about 10 minutes. So, what I can tell you is that this phone conversation is about 40 minutes long. I have not listened to it in its entirety, but I have heard enough of Letecia Stauch to know that this is Letecia. And I want to tell you right now that this phone call was sent to me a few days ago, but because of just my schedule and everything, I wasn't able to listen to it. It came to me. It came to me um, via someone on social media, and so I hadn't listened to it. I just started to play this thing, and I was like, "What the crap? This is Letecia Stauch before she's arrested." So this may be something you've heard online. I don't know if this is being played in other groups. I don't know if this has been released on another YouTube channel. I don't I don't know. But I know this. No one, I hadn't heard it, and no one had said anything to me about this phone call except this person who actually made the phone call. At this point, I don't know if that person's if they want their identity released yet, and I don't know if it gets released in the video or the recording I have. And so what you're about to hear, and I'm going to play it at 8:15. I'm going to start this conversation. So if you're going to share this video, please go share it now, because we're going to listen to it in its entirety and play it all the way through. Again, this may have been played already. Somebody may have released this. I don't know. The person who sent it to me didn't say that it was released yet. And the email that I got from them just said, "I do not know T. I've only spoke to her this one time. She called me after responding to a Facebook reply towards her. Please let me know if there's anything I can do." So again, I am not going to release the name of the individual that is in this conversation with Letecia Stauch, but I'm going to play this thing in its entirety. So if she releases her name in there, she releases her name. It's crazy that this is a recording of Letecia Stauch, 45 minutes uncut telephone call she had with someone. There is a few little breaks in it because it seems like it was recorded on an online, some sort of online app. And so I'm just giving you pre-warning to this. I do not know what's going to be said in its entirety. And some people would think I'm crazy for playing this without first listening to it. But for me, it's almost better to listen to it for the first time with you guys, because otherwise, I may decide not to play it. And so I have no idea what she's going to say. I have no idea what the conversation's going to be. So I haven't heard about this. Let's see what's you got. Do you want? Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me, because someone said I can't hear. So I want to make sure everything's working. We are live on Facebook and YouTube simulcasting. You're live with Dad with a Phone. I got this conversation a couple of days ago. I hadn't listened to it because I got it while I was at work, and my cell phone wouldn't. Oh shoot. Okay. Hey, this is okay. Yes. This is the caller. Okay. So yeah. When is it? Okay. When does. Oh, this has never been released publicly. I'm texting with the caller right now. She just texted. She just texted me and she said, so this recording has never been released online, not publicly. This will be the first time it's released publicly right here on Dad with a Phone. This is a phone call with Letecia Stauch. It's a ways in, at least a few minutes. Okay. Get the minute mark. Get the minute.
Oh, so I gotta get a hold of Sarah. June.
I'm trying to get, there's some information she doesn't want released, so I'm trying to respect the caller who called me or who sent this to me so I can get the minute mark in which I need to just mute out a minor's name. So just have a quick minute for me. Okay. Yep, she's going to get me the minute mark so I can cut that little section out for her. Again, this is an unedited phone call with Letecia Stauch before she was arrested. Never before heard live in public by anyone. You're getting this for the first time on Dad with a Phone. This was sent to me a few days ago, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I need to tell you that this could very well give us a look into Letecia Stauch that no one else has seen yet, because this is not with a press. This is not with law enforcement. This is with someone she contacted via social media. This could be a game changer. Could just be a 45 minutes call with a liar, and she could just be lying to us the whole time. So you take it for what it is. I'm going to release this call at 8:15. You got 3 minutes to share this video. Call all your girlfriends up. This has been released to the tip line. Oh my gosh, the cops are going to hate me. Yes, it has been sent to the police. Oh God, the cops are going to hate me. This is not going to put me in good standing with.
How do you spell her name?
Who?
Letecia.
I don't know. Let me see. I just Letecia Stauch. Okay, in the comments they're asking. Okay. Yes, it has been forwarded to the cops. It has been forwarded to the cops. Hang on, kids. This one's about to get real. You should not release this Fox the public if it hasn't been sent to the. It has been sent to the police. It has been sent to the police. So I don't know if she wants me to. She has sent it to the cops. Do you want credit? I don't know if she wants credit. There's some crazy stuff right here is all I'm telling you. So I got a message Monday. So I've been holding this phone call. Today's what? I've been holding this phone call for a week and this didn't get released. Today's Sunday. So I've had this since last Monday. She sent this to me, but I was slammed and y'all didn't hear it. So this ain't like, but she hasn't released it to anyone. And it hasn't been played publicly, she says. Oh God, this one's going to get good. We got 1 minute in this call. Okay. She doesn't want her name released and she's okay. 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 She said I can play it in its full. All right. I'm about to push play. Oh God. Sitting on this thing for a week. I can't believe that. I didn't even listen to it. That's why you can't call me a journalist. I'm a dad with a phone and a job and a family and all kinds of stuff, but I'm trying to bring you up-to-date information. Breaking news, if you're just joining, you're joining at the right time. I'm about to push play on a phone call with Letecia Stauch. This phone call is about 40 minutes long. I've just been told I can play it in its entirety. There is someone that's mentioned in it, but she said it's okay that because it doesn't give a last name. Hang on. This is the voice of Letecia Stauch, recorded by a Facebook user or recorded by a social media user. This is crazy. So I have never listened to this. I don't know it's 39 minutes and 7 seconds long. It is recorded on an online app, so it does have a few breaks in it. I'm nervous. Are y'all as nervous as I am? I'm pretty freaking. My wife's in there cooking dinner, and she's nervous. So if you're just joining, thanks for joining Dad with the Phone. We're about to push play on a phone call that's never been listened to online. This has not been publicly released. The cops have this phone call. Nobody else has this phone call. From what I understand, nobody's released it. I have permission from the caller. She sent it to Dad with the Phone exclusively. Help us all. Here we go.
For the children's sake. And I did feel like I was left out. And this is not about me, but I did. I felt attacked of left out because she didn't help me. And it was hard. And it was hard when I didn't have anybody to find out something or, know how to fix something or something that she had all these years of experience. You know what I mean? And so I took anger to that because I'm thinking I, had helped so much and did so much. And then I didn't have her there. Because she basically banned not only me, but she was not her at all.
Was that due to something like origin for there's a difference in abandoning your family, and there's in addition to
she didn't even call it her birthday until the day after. And so cut the deal because our relationship will always be protected. Like go lunch and says something, I have to be the one to you're not gonna talk to the kids like that. It's just not that personality. He's not gonna let someone hurt us, but he's not that personality to jump out there and say, you know what I mean?
Right, he hasn't said anything, and that's a lot of people are saying, like, why is Al not said anything at all? Like, he hasn't even really looked at the camera, and and it's about how badly it is, how badly it is. I don't, that's like, you get that, right? Like, you understand that you didn't make it look that way.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm telling you that that's what I did.
Yeah, okay.
I went into the video, my mind was, Lena had something to do with it. Her husband had something to do with it. So, that's how I win. That's how my brain goes to think, is to automatically think in that particular emotional, mode. And evaluating all of it. Yes, I don't think, yes, I don't like that she, left the kids stranded many times and didn't, show up when she was supposed to. And that hurts me. So that's
I'm sure it does. I mean, yeah, being a single mom, being a single stepmom has to be harder than being a single mom. You're not single by yourself. Like, that has to be hard, but I don't know. I get how her getting all of the, because she's his mom, that, everybody automatically flocked to her, of course. But why? I mean,
right.
What honest, what, was it just that? Was it just for lack of a better word, jealousy? Or do you really honestly think she could do that to him?
I'm like, what is going on? Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Just trying to get back in the car because we had to move till. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay. What did you say the question was again?
I mean, do you honestly, did you say that out of spite, out of jealousy, or do you honestly think she could have done something to him or had someone do something to him all the way from where she was? Was that really a thought you had?
Okay, so it's not about all the way from where she was. There was always threats of things that would have happened like that in the past. Not necessarily of a threat of harm or taking someone, but a threat of doing something that could involve harm on the children. There was always those, And so, yes, I did think that. Not because I thought she would have hurt him. By no means. That is completely not what I would have thought. But because I would have thought to make it look unfit or like we did something wrong so that she could have them back. Because when moms are desperate, they do a lot of things because they want their children.
Exactly. Yeah, and I get that. I mean, but that's another thing with her. Like, she's allowed to have this. She's allowed to see the kids. You guys had a good relationship. Like, she had partial custody with you. So it's not like her. It's not like she wasn't a mom or she wasn't allowed to be a mom. So I just never understood the part of why would that even be a thought that would cross. Because I mean, if she was allowed to see the kids whenever she
But
wanted.
you're not understanding. You're thinking aloud. But you're not understanding that the Garden of Light took them from her.
Who?
So,
Sorry, the
I
phone
mean,
cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
I said a Garden of Light took them from her. So this is, I mean, you know, and so that's, yes, it was, it is.
What is
still
that?
with
I
fear
don't
in
know what
my
that
mind.
was. Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Well, that is where a person in the court evaluates the situation and says it's unsafe
Okay.
for the children to live with her or be with her and give her visitation. This is what happened. And you can take this as me talking about. I'm not talking bad. That's truth.
Yeah, no, I
So
understand.
so that is a thought that would be in someone's
Okay,
mind.
see, no one knows
Because
that.
there are plenty of moms who've done that.
See, from what we saw, like in that custody paper, like from your page, it looks like you guys have all joint shared equal custody. So no one thinks that there would be any type of reason for her to even do this besides, you know, like the idea. Like I understand a mother being desperate when she can't have access to her kids. That makes a lot more sense. But
We made that out of the kindness of our hearts, as long as it was in her mother's care, who are absolutely amazing people. We agreed that that was why we leave those terms like that.
okay.
The kids stay with us for the entire school year. Prior to that, they lived with just me while Albert was out of state and he was training and things like that. Just me. And she was allowed to come and get them as long as they were going to her mother's home.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So that's not
were you
that's
guys
not
in
me being
Alaska
mean. That's
recently?
telling you the truth. Huh?
Were you guys in Alaska though recently?
In Alaska?
Yeah. Did you guys
Yes.
live? You guys live there?
But we live in South Carolina.
Oh, so you guys never lived in Alaska?
So Albert lived in Alaska, but the problem is Alaska to South Carolina, back and forth. Landon always wanted us just to remain in South Carolina because it made the situation easier before shit hit the fan, basically. You know. So
Right.
to make it easier in life, that would have been an easier approach. But Albert could not. I mean, who is going to pay all the bills because that's Albert's career? You see what I'm saying?
Right. I
And
mean, yeah.
he signed up for this.
Yeah.
So the point is, I said, hey, I'll keep the kids in South Carolina. I'll put them in school, take them to school every day. Her mother or father was to pick them up, which they did because they didn't have a home. They didn't have a lot of things. And that's not just on Landon's fault. That's on people that live with Landon. I'm not going to, say any names. You can put two and two together.
Yeah. Well, he's acting absurd yesterday too. People are not
Right.
a fan of that either.
Right. So to get to this is so yes, in my mind, did I think that for a second? Absolutely. Not that she was physically going to do the harm. Never would I have said that because I know better than that. It was that the intent or the thought process of I don't know what he would have been capable of. Criminal activity. I don't know what kind of people like she had going on because we never knew any of that. And you want to know why Albert never has said anything? Because he knows damn well that everyone around him in his circle knows better, knows that what we had to go through to ensure the safety of those children for years. So did I think that? Honestly, absolutely, and I would not change my opinion on that.
No, I do see where you're coming from with the aspect with that. I mean, with you explaining, she did get told she's not supposed to have visitation except under certain circumstances, and I mean, people are not necessarily, I don't want to say dangerous, but dangerous is a good word for it, I guess, if you don't know their intentions, and some people have bad intentions. So if he was a bad influence on her, then no, I guess the kid shouldn't have been there. That makes sense, but no one's knowing that. The way it looks now is supposedly you guys were all okay, and then all of a sudden you just went missing, and now you hate her.
No, that's not the case. So, her mom had even written a letter that said all the times that she tried to go rescue the kids out of these situations, and it never happened. Her mom wasn't successful, because people are going to do what they want to do regardless. You might get suggestions from your mom and things like that. Let me just say, her mom and dad are absolutely wonderful people. Never any concern, never a worry at all because they're amazing people, So that was why we were able to have an agreement that we were able to do those things because we knew if anybody bothered those children under their watch, they wouldn't survive the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, then I mean, you definitely can't leave kids in that situation. And I mean, you guys having them makes sense. It's just there's a difference between, I guess the way I was looking at it is there's a difference between drug addicts because I think addiction is a disease and it makes you do stupid things and you get in stupid situations because I've been there. I've done stupid things and put myself in stupid places, but I would never, I don't know. as a mother, I would never go get my kids and bring them back into that problem. Like I might have at once in my life, I did make bad decisions. We might have got put in a position like a bad position. I just can never imagine putting myself in, like you realize if any of you are for whatever reason charged with anything, you definitely never see the kid again. So it's just like, why would she take that risk? Because, if you guys were letting her see him and stuff, and then why take that risk? Because then she would never see any of her kids ever again. It just didn't make any sense. And it doesn't make sense for you.
But let me ask you this. If you're with someone who continues to get charged with crimes, do you stay with them or do you make sure you get away so that you don't lose your children?
I think
What's your answer to that?
I think that people who have mental illnesses or addiction of some type of mental illness can make bad decisions, even though they know they need to make better decisions, if that makes sense. So she knows that she should, that, that's not right. I know that that's not right, but I can't say that the way that, addicts think different. People who are, just everyone thinks different, but I think that makes a big influence on how people make those kind of decisions. And I can't say that she's a bad mom for that. She might just need help. Like you said, you needed help with being a single mom and taking care of kids and shit. That gets stressful. That can make you depressed or whatever. Then, things like that happen. But that can very well happen too when you're living with nothing, when you have nothing and you don't think you're ever going to get your things back. That fucks up your head too. And a lot of people just need help. So I don't know. She should have made probably a better choice.
You just proved my point. That would make sense. Why someone who would do things, not necessarily to hurt someone, but irrational decisions to get what they needed. Because in the time of need, when you feel like that, does your child make you feel better when you were in that situation?
Me personally, no. Like I said, I could never imagine going and getting my child and bringing them back into that situation from a safe place, because I always knew if my kid was better off in a safe place. So I can't say that even, because there's you make bad decisions and you do get yourself in bad situations, but I can never imagine making a bad situation for my son as a mother. That's what really bothers me with the situation, was like, why put herself in that? Why put her son through that if she never even had to? And now if he was already there and something bad happened because she had him and, they were in that scene, that's definitely not good. That can happen.
And that happened several times.
Right. And I believe that. I believe that happens a lot with all kinds of families. It's just, I just never could buy the fact that she would have put him in that situation from where he was already safe. I want the boy to be safe, and I don't even know him.
He was already safe.
And he was safe there with you, right? So, I just can't see her. I can't see any mother going and doing that just to risk losing all her kids when she still has a daughter at home. And I don't know. I want him to be so safe. That's all I want. I just want him to be safe. And I want to know that he is safe. And I can only imagine that everyone that knows him personally wants that plus so much more, so I can't imagine that any one of you guys actually would do this and then continue to just be like, oh yeah, we don't know where he is. Because even if he was hurt and something happened, and I couldn't imagine living the rest of my life not knowing where my son is. And I just don't think that her thinking that because she was an addict, maybe that's why she doesn't know where her son was for the rest of her life. I don't think that's fair to her. I don't think it's fair to anybody. If you didn't do anything, I don't think it's fair for anybody to tell you that, it could be your fault that you'll never see him again either, because you did help raise him. I don't think it's fair to anyone at all if no one tells us where,
the kids in general and the other ones involved.
Right. The kids themselves this is gonna, completely tear them apart, whether he comes home or not. This is going to be a family situation that you guys are going to have to try and get over together. But I just couldn't imagine as any of you not knowing where he is. And I don't get it. Like, I don't know how the police work, I guess, and I don't understand the press conferences. I don't know what they allow you guys to do or what, but I would be like pleading just constantly for him. I couldn't imagine talking about, like, I cannot stand my son's dad's girlfriend. Cannot stand her. But I could never imagine if something was wrong with my son, taking the time to even worry about that bitch, So I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm talking your ear off. I feel so bad because I passed a lot of judgment against you. I have, and I don't want to believe terrible, terrible things about anyone ever, especially someone I don't even know and someone that I honestly do believe, like you said, you've been taking care of them. Nobody just willingly takes care of a kid when they don't want to and doesn't love the kid, because trust me, I wish to God my son's dad would just do that in his own child. I understand that you've been there for them, but I don't know what to say besides I don't believe that everything that's led up to this, you've told the truth, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I think you're telling the truth now, and I think you're genuine in how you are explaining this. But I don't know. I don't know where he would be that, and I don't know where everything that went wrong, and all these people have these crazy fucking theories, dude. Fucking insane things that they're
They
coming
don't
up
even,
with.
and here's the thing, they don't even have any of that. Like, the media is going to always do that. It's not even.
The one thing I keep trying to reiterate to
They've already
people.
proven again and get out the car. The police already know that.
I mean,
They've
how did
already
they?
proven that through forensics.
So they know that from the same video that they showed.
Forensics show hot, cold, things like that.
Yeah.
Can show that people get out the other side. Different things like that. It's not. If you thought for a second they thought that, and I just didn't bring him home, do you think they would not be following me everywhere I went to see where I took him?
That's what I said. I said, I assume
like,
that she wouldn't have been able to even go home after that. I assume she would have been sitting in a cell until they said, all right, you're either going to tell us or you're just going to stay here forever. Because that just doesn't make sense why they wouldn't. But they talked to you about it.
So that's the thing is, like, people don't understand. Like, I haven't even had the opportunity to even, take in anything emotionally or do anything emotionally because I've had to, like, completely talk to FBI agents, this person, that person, yada, 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 yada. And it's just so hard. It's difficult. And it's like, I just want the same thing you want. And you don't even know, and you're states away or wherever you may be.
Yeah, I'm in Indiana. That's what I said. I'm in Indiana, and I don't know you guys, and it's exhausting me. I haven't slept. I don't sleep. I constantly try and just make sure that nothing is missed because God knows what somebody random could post on the internet at any time. Honestly, I see the craziest things on here. It bothers me so much that I haven't slept, and it bothers me to know that there's people who are accusing you, there's people accusing Landon, there's people, and both of you can't be wrong. So somebody here, I mean, I feel, I don't want to feel bad for the wrong person, but I don't want to not feel bad for the right person. So.
Well, how about, this is how we have to all look at it. And if we don't, like, all come together, 20-some thousand people, whatever it is, if we don't say, listen, from day one, they've been searching. So we haven't made it error in judgment in searching, right? I mean, you have to agree. Everybody's searching. There's no error in judgment in the searching part. But if we don't together, I don't know where your faith is. I don't know where you are with God, believe in God, not God, but I do. And just have that faith that we have to know that we don't keep together and 20,000 strong are praying together and not fighting, then we're closer.
And I think that would work. I think that would be the ultimate, that would be the ultimate goal, would be to everyone to just be nice and work together and
right.
Everybody worked together and told every little piece that they put together of a real evidence, because some people just assume that because a random person typed it on the internet, it's true. If everybody actually just talked about what is true and worked together, I feel like something has to come out of it. He can't just be nowhere, right? I mean, he couldn't have literally just vanished. He couldn't have. Why are they digging out in the snow though? Like, that's far. He couldn't have gone that far by himself.
Okay, so I can't say too much about it, but I'm digging out in the snow has nothing. It's just simply because our GPS ping. If my GPS pinged on something, they're gonna search it. They're gonna do everything they can to search every area that I was in for a week.
Okay. So that doesn't. They don't think that they're looking for a body out there. They haven't said that. They haven't said, they haven't really said like, oh, we know he's out here and we're gonna go dig him up or anything. And I obviously
no, they haven't said that.
Okay. I don't know. It's just it's scary. It appears that way.
Yeah, they haven't said anything like that, and I can tell you that some of the places that I've seen, I didn't even go. So I went to the Douglas County area because we're gonna buy a bike for my husband for Valentine's Day. But I never went to some of these places that they're looking. So
did you go to the Petco 2 times?
So what?
Did you go to that Petco that they said is like 3 Petcos away from your house twice that day?
3 Petcos. Honestly, I don't. The reason we went that way was because we were going to go talk to someone about the Play It Again Sports and about the bike. So if I went to that Petco, I'm sorry that they're all freaked out that it's the wrong Petco.
Well, they said that no. The thing is they said that you were at this Petco, and then they said you came back 2 hours later and was there again. And was acting frantic. Is what they said. They said you were looking out the windows because it's like glass windows or something. I don't know the building really, but they said you kept looking out the glass windows. You were at the Petco twice, and that you bought 3 dog coats.
But I mean, think about what you just said. Like,
I know.
Come on now.
I told people, and that's what I'm saying.
So
I told people. I said I could say.
3 dog coats?
I said, look. Well, so I mean, no, that's not the problem. They're just saying that they said that they saw you there, and this is what you did. And I don't like to say that you were even at Petco unless you say you were at Petco, because I could say I work at Petco and I saw you there and you bought 5 dog coats. I mean, people.
I went to Petco, and do you know how they know I went to Petco?
No. Well,
Because I told them. I told them to go get the camera footage at Petco.
yeah. I mean,
I didn't even have my phone on me, so they wouldn't even have known I was at Petco if I hadn't told them.
That's wild. I mean, and well, what it was is, I'm gonna say it was on YouTube. There's a video by somebody on YouTube. I don't remember who it was, but then somebody commented on it and said, "I work at Petco. I saw her that day. She was by herself, and she, like I said, she bought 3 dog coats." They were very specific about that. They're like, but then she was acting worried and looking out the windows, and I don't know. It was just weird how they described it. But it was like, also, like I said, I could have said all that and made it all up. So I don't like to assume that somebody's telling the truth when they say that stuff, and you had never mentioned it. So people are like, why is she lying? Maybe you weren't lying, but when you gave the timeline about that whole day and Burger King and hiking and stuff, it was never mentioned. So that's why people look at it like a lie, and it's not really everybody's place. So
But see, this is what we have. Here's where the problem. Everybody is playing, this internet detective and hacking, and like, I mean, I wouldn't even talk to them before they were saying that I killed someone on a hike. I mean, so like, you have to put yourself in my perspective of even speaking to people at this point.
oh yeah, no, like I said, you don't owe everybody an explanation. You don't, and I get that. I get why you don't have to tell us. You if you told the police, then that's fine. It's not a lie. You didn't tell us, and like I said, you don't owe us anything, and I get that. But that, I just want to explain why people feel the way they did about that. They felt like because you said that you told us this is the timeline and you didn't mention that, that's why it was like, well, no, she didn't say that, so it has to be a big part of the situation. And maybe it's not.
I think works Sunday, so that's why I don't understand why anybody was being confused.
Because everyone thinks that they know exactly what happened, and then everyone just starts saying, well, no, that's not right. I mean, it's honestly, I've seen people start at the beginning of a comment thread with one idea, and then by the end of the comment thread, they've already, got 15 other pieces of evidence from other people here, and now they completely have a different idea. So people don't know what to think, and they're just trying to do anything they can, I think, to figure out or make sense of it, and there's no sense to be made.
That's the thing.
Like, are you okay? Like, I mean,
No.
I know you're not. I know you're not gonna. Like, this is a bad. You're cool though. Like, do you have somewhere to live? Do you have things like, I don't know.
No.
You don't have anywhere.
They made us all leave the house. We all had to leave the house. They have my car. They have everything. I couldn't go back to work. I don't have my passport to work my second job, because you always have to have a passport to work my second job at the airport. I can't do anything because they have it. And they think that that's going to break me. But none of that is going to break me because I'm innocent. And so that's where I'm trying to keep my saneness, is knowing that they can take everything from me. But when you take something that is a person that can't be replaced, when someone comes and takes a person that can't be replaced, people cannot function like that. So take all my other things, but know that my heart is hurting. Know that I might not sound like I'm okay, this, but my mentality is to always think next step. Okay, I've already gotten over who would have done this and why. And I put that behind me. Because I've been in that mode for weeks, trying to figure out who I could punish for doing this. And that was just how my brain went. So now I'm in the mode of being like, my husband crying to me yesterday, I want my family back like it was a month ago. 5 people and 2 dogs in our home. And that hurts. That hurts so bad, because I'm sitting there like.
So he has other people at the house?
Nobody's there. They won't let you.
I thought you said there were 5 people at your house now. Sorry, I didn't
No,
know.
he's saying a month ago it was like our anniversary.
Yeah.
We were going on a cruise. He's saying a month ago it was 5 people at our home and 2 dogs, like our family and 2 dogs. The
Everything was
American dream,
fine. Right.
huh?
I said everything's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So the American dream, good jobs. We made over $180,000 together. We had a nice home. We had anything we could have wanted, and our children were safe. Like, somebody don't just wake up and be like, I'm throwing this shit out the door today.
No, they
That's
don't.
not how it works for a normal person. There was no this jealousy and leaving people. There was none of that. There was never any time that Landon was trying to get my husband back, or I was trying to bother Landon's husband. There was none of that.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I think if everyone could realize that you guys don't hate each other, it's a bad situation right now or a bad time, and that you guys are honestly, I feel like I don't know, I haven't talked to her, I don't know her. If you guys could talk or something, because you guys are on a very similar playing ground here. Like, you both love this child, and if everyone could just understand that everyone wants him to come home, then maybe things will not be so, I don't even know what the word is. It's just, I mean, it's ugly. Reading some of that shit is ugly to the point where I have to stop reading it and put my phone down and force myself away from it because it's ugly, and it makes me feel so awful just to think about some of the things that people are suggesting could have happened.
And I think if you're doing that, think if you're doing that yourself because you feel like you have so much invested in, you don't even know it from Adams. Think of all these people that are doing that and the damage this is doing to not only to Gannon and his search, but to everybody, even you. Like you probably have trouble sleeping,
Right.
and you have no VR.
Right. And that's why I wanted to talk to you. That's why I mean, I don't want to be mean to you. I don't want to judge you. I don't get it. Like I could never do it. I don't think that I only have one son. Especially with one child, I don't know that I could ever continue on if something like this happened. I don't know how I would get through it. So I don't want to be the judgy person. I don't want to, hate anyone. Like I said, I don't hate anybody, and I don't hate somebody I don't know, especially. But I don't know if everyone else just can't understand. They can't, like I said, they're trying to make sense of something that don't make sense. So until something happens that people can put 2 and 2 together, until they can either find him and he can say no, like this is what happened, or until the work happens and then they can prove something else. I don't know what the scenario would need to happen for people to understand that this was not what they thought, that he was not sex trafficked or or whatever they came up with today. I don't know what has to happen, but I think if everyone doesn't realize that everybody needs to be on one team, he's not. I mean, the search, like you said, is hindered. The search is.
Did you see that another Colorado Springs boy is missing?
The what?
Did you see 10-year-old is missing today?
Yeah, I saw that, but they haven't like really done. It said something about he left willingly, and that's it.
Right, but he's still 10, right?
Right.
So willingly could mean someone told him to leave.
Right, and that's what I said. That's all it said is he left willingly in the night. It didn't say like with someone. It didn't say by himself either. It's crazy. I did see that this morning. So I don't know what you can talk about as far as that goes or not, but what do you think happened? Honestly, where do you think he walked away? Do you think someone took him after he walked? I don't know. I don't know the area. I don't know what could be possible, I guess, but do you think he's okay, honestly?
At this point, I want to keep all my faith in knowing that he is okay.
Of course.
But I also know Gannon, and I know that if he was doing something with someone, just hanging out, he would tell them quickly, like, hey, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, man, I'm going to be grounded. I got to go.
He wouldn't have stayed gone.
Right. Or even if it would have been a day or two, he would have said, oh my gosh, I'm probably going to lose my whole entire technology for a year, but I better go home now, or else. And he loves his sisters. And that biggest thing, especially his sister, because everyone's so close, how they like fight away 1 minute, fight like a minute, But Nova is so young that he wants to, they want to take her around, do things with her, have that fever, And so that's just completely like, he doesn't know. He didn't want to be theirs. And he loves his family. If anybody who he would have reached out to. And so know that she hasn't even had the slightest call or anything. That's what's up. That's her baby. I mean, you don't want to say people have favorites. That's not what I'm saying.
But they do. I mean, I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, like
The
it's
first
grandparents.
usually, or the first grandkid, or the first boy. You know, I get that. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Right. And that's hers. And that was her first grandkid. And, you know, he's her first grandkid. He's, you know, just, she helped in his upbringing so much. Where Lena's been with me pretty much since she was 2. Like, you know, I've been in her life since she was 2.
Right.
So to Lena, everyone is a family. Everyone's this, this. But, you know, to Gannon, it's, you know, his Nana. He loves her unconditionally. And I don't even want to say more than his mom and dad, because, you know, that's not true. But, you know, sometimes we are close to some of our
Right.
grandparents, and that's how I feel about him. And for her to not even have heard from him or anything that I'm aware of, I mean, obviously, she would be the person that he would reach out to if he was still doing, like, still gone and not wanting to come back. You see what I'm saying?
He's only 11. I don't know how mature he is for 11. Do you honestly think he's like at that
Sure.
No. I mean, my brother's not mature.
He didn't even want to do puberty classes. He was so. I mean, we would like take play and like, oh, you better go to that puberty class because you're not girlfriends, and like, you know, he would be like, ew, yuck.
Yeah, see, and that's what I said. My brother's 11. I just don't see him even have the audacity to think he should be able to walk out the door and then go on about, and then maybe later call my grandma. No, he would not. That's just not even something that would cross his mind, because yeah, he's 11 and he's starting to get older and look older. He's still mentally just. I don't see my 11. I don't know Gannon, but I don't know that I could ever picture him just walking out the door like to go play and then just not coming home because he wanted to be a smart ass or something. You know, and he might, what really gets me is my brother's on Adderall. He's been on Vyvanse. He has ADHD. And like I said, they look so much alike. And I just picture everything that I've done. I just say, well, what would Skylar do? Would Skylar be doing this? And I can't, the one thing I can't see is at least with my little brother being how he is, I can't see him leading us to just go out and do whatever the fuck he felt like. And then maybe, supposed to just come home in a couple hours when he wasn't supposed to be gone. I don't see him doing that at 11. Maybe next year when he's 12, turning 13. I guess it's harder to understand.
I just want you to think for a minute. Take that out of your brain for a minute. And just please pray in your mind, heart, soul, everything. That person who done this, the person who picked him up, took him, that they'll just decide that it's time to come out. It's time to come let us know. Pretty confident in people knowing some idea of who it could have been or things like that. I'm confident in that. And I can't give those details.
You mean you're confident in who you think did it?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say I'm confident in the person who did.
Will have a conscience.
They're going to break down. They're going to give in. That's why I'm so adamant about us trying to show the love and quit. See, the hate's been put on me so much. Think about it. If a person was out there or in a group holding it, don't you see that they would have already been probably out of Colorado by now? Like, they would have already been gone somewhere and said, wow, no one's even focusing on me. No one's even focusing on this. That's how they would look at it. That's a criminal mentality there. I remember one of the guys told me when I was doing the interview that the law enforcement guy was saying, that's when people take kids and do things, their mentality is just go. And if it's someone they know, they said usually they can be like 100 feet away.
Yeah, I thought they were back in the area.
And I'm struggling with knowing, I'm still having a hard time getting over saying, did someone do this intentionally who knew us? Or is this a complete stranger who abducted someone?
Right. I mean, I guess that's my biggest question to you. Do you honestly think that someone came and took him that you guys don't know and he could have just been sex trafficked, by chance, like people are saying? Or do you think that he left with someone he knows?
I don't want to say that, but more and more, I've spent the last 3 weeks, like, ripping anybody apart that I would have thought would have, even people in the past that maybe I hadn't even, talked to in a while, or, past boyfriends, or, something.
Right.
I've went to investigate these people, and I've been doing it adamantly because that's the mode I've been taking.
And that's what I would do. I would tear the city apart. I would tear the city apart. You know, I would everything. I would be looking under rocks, under trees, under wherever I could, and anyone's house that I'd ever been to. I would be on a warpath.
And I've done that.
Yeah.
Anyone I would have known in Colorado Springs. Any interaction that I would have came in touch with anyone. I've even through things that I was going to purchase, like on Craigslist, things like that. I've written all that down. That's things that they took my phone and we tried to go through and do all those things. And that's what I've been doing because I refuse to go look at a ditch or a pond. Not because I'm being insensitive. I just can't take my heart to go do that.
Who wants to, who wants to accept that? If there's other possibilities, if there's other leads and things, why put yourself through that heartache? I get that. I don't know. I hope these sound. I really do.
And I'm like, okay, what? And everybody's like, you search. Where do I search? Like, how do I get past where do I search or what do I do? The thought is, at this point, we need a reward.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Why would there not be a reward? I mean, I've seen people in the group say, I'll pledge $1,000 myself. So even if somebody just put that $1,000 up, that's enough. That's a reward to start. Why? Why did they tell you no? Did they say, God, no, we won't let you guys put this up? I don't get it. Do they not want you guys to have a reward to get or to offer? Or if somebody puts it up, will they allow it?
I mean, as far as I'm assuming, yes.
I know there's lots of people in the groups that have commented saying that they'll put money up, but I guess I assumed that if they would allow an award, they would have said something about it by now. Well, I don't know. I thank you for talking to me. I really do. I hope you are okay. I know that you're not going to be okay, but I hope that you eventually can find peace somehow. Is there anything that you would want to clarify or to say to people that you don't want addressed to people you would want addressed? Because I don't plan on sharing this, what we like talking to you. I don't plan on sharing what you said or anything. I'm not going to go put it on YouTube. I don't have any interest in that. But is there anything you would want to share or to clarify at all?
I mean, I'm going to talk to this lady who I already knew her from the neighborhood, and I want to get her help, and I think that she could help me in the right direction. And she's supposed to call me after church.
Awesome. I think
that's kind of what I'm working on.
I think that if you could just explain how you explain to me, I think that if you could explain that, I don't know if you would want to do another video or a written statement. I don't know how it would be best I don't know how it would be best handled or know how people would accept it. But I think that would help a lot. I get the irrational stage. I really do. I get the whole tear the city apart thing and fuck everybody. But I think it was just that other people, they don't know how they would react in your situation. So maybe explain yourself, explain your emotions, not anything about the case necessarily, but maybe explain what happened and why you felt that way. I have a request though, because I know that Landon just commented on something that I'm on. And Landon said that she really wishes that you would take off of that video of him waving from your profile picture. Obviously, it's your profile. You can do what you want, but it's very distasteful, honestly. I mean, it's not anything against you.
I'm not going to play into that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're not going to tell me that's distasteful because that's a picture of them.
If it was a picture.
In Hawaii.
If it was a picture, it's the fact that he's waving by in a video, and I saw it, and I see his mom crying about it. Like I said, it's your profile. You're going to do what you want. I just wanted to let you know that Landon did just make a big comment about that, about having to see him wave goodbye. Not saying it's the picture of him being on there at all. Just the factor of him waving goodbye, I think, is what the issue was.
Waving goodbye or hello with his sister, see, that's pettiness, and that's what I'm not going to play into. Okay. And I'm sorry you feel that way. We disagree on that. But I'm going to leave what I have up there, and I'm not going to appease her because that's too bad.
Okay.
I mean, taking an approach of thinking that I'm something waving goodbye. Why not take it as in hello? There's my son. I love him. this was great memories. These are great things that they've done. That's how I think. So
Okay.
I'm sorry that she takes it that way, but that's that's one of those hidden secrets, and I'm not falling into that.
And like I said, it's yours. It's your profile. I just wanted to share that because it bothered me, and I wanted to be able to share that. Like, that's just my thought on it. That's all. But like I said, I really do appreciate explaining how you felt. You didn't have to. If you'd like to speak again, you can message me or anything. But my phone's gonna die, so I do have to get off here. Like I said, I'm not putting this on YouTube. I don't have any interest in gaining followers or anything from this. I personally have not slept, and I personally just needed some of assurance. I think, and it's not about going on Facebook. I promise.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. I appreciate it so much.
Bye.
All right, I think the phone call has ended. I was on another phone call. I'm doing a live, girl. I'm doing a live. All right, go on. I'll catch up with you. I don't know what she said at the last. I don't know what she said at the last portion because I was contacted by family members that are not happy with me releasing that phone call, and I rightfully understand them. And it's not the first time I've spoken with family members. It's not the first time I've talked to them. They may never talk to me again for releasing this phone call. I want people to understand Dad with the Phone is not media. The DA, the district attorney here in I live here in the 4th Judicial District, and I have dealt with the DA's office on multiple occasions. I am not media, and I don't follow the same rules. I have told you guys that, so I've actually been treated I've been treated disgustingly by law enforcement and disgustingly by some media. And so when people, I don't even want to get involved with families because of this, because we are discussing this case outside of the realm of media. We are discussing this case, and they're not, and there's going to be people that turn on. There's going to be followers that turn on me for this phone call, and I didn't make this phone call. There's a few things I want to make clear about this. I had this phone call emailed to me last Monday. So I've literally been sitting on it for a week. I didn't listen to it before. And some people are upset at me because I didn't do that. I have no ill intention to interfere or throw this case under the bus. I don't think I've done anything that will that law enforcement already had this phone call. They had this phone call before I did. Look, it's not easy. These cases are not easy, and these cases have captivated the world. This case has captivated the world, and I chose to release this phone call, and I think it speaks of who the liar is in this case. I think that the lies that Letecia Stauch has told not only to the media, but has told to anonymous people on phone calls are going to speak. And whether or not the public is do anything, I don't know. I don't know. But there are people that are giving. There are people that are donating. There are people that are getting tattoos to remember Gannon. And we didn't even know Gannon, but he's captivated our hearts. And sometimes I wish I could go backwards. Sometimes maybe I pull the trigger too quickly on things. Maybe you're going to call me a douche with the phone, an attention whore. Maybe all of those things are true. I can't say anything. Thanks for tuning in to Dad with the Phone. You've just been listening to an anonymous caller and a phone call with Letecia Stauch that was recorded on February 16th, 2020. You heard it first here on Dad with a Phone. Whether you think I should have released it, I don't know. I guess time will tell. This isn't an easy case for me to follow. It's not easy because I have been in contact with family members. I do have sources inside law enforcement, and people have sent me stuff that I haven't released. This is real life. This isn't a Netflix movie. This isn't something dramatized. To the caller, that caller was great. That interview was great. She was respectful to Letecia Stauch. I will tell you that the caller didn't believe a word she was saying. And that was one thing that she had put in the email a week ago. So, mad respect to the caller who recorded that call. And if that phone call is used against Letecia Stauch in her court, then good. Thanks for tuning in to Dad with a Phone.